Sports 1. Who put this together? Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless, and Shannon Sharpe. And so if you want to know what frustrates me and what my complaints about the legacy media, I just want you to, someone put this team together to kick off Fox Sports 1's new strategy, content strategy. This is like 2016, 2017. Hey, and we're going to build the show around the network, around Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe, and Joy Taylor.
I just want to say before we get started, I have my feelings about Jason Whitlock. I have my feelings about Shannon Sharpe. But for the sake of argument, we're going to remain objective today, all right? Let's be objective. I'm going to give you all that today.
And I was like, well, I'm here at FS1. I'm a teammate. I got to go along with this. But anybody that ever watched me or knows anything about me, not comfortable. I was like, wow, Shannon.
All right. I'm going to stop him right there. So if y'all don't know, Jason Whitlock used to work at FS1, the same network that had Shannon, Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless. Now, I've noticed, I've even spoken on this. I've noticed that ever since this new lawsuit came out with Shannon Sharpe, everybody's trying to take shots and get their marbles off with Shannon Sharpe. Now, let me say this. Do I agree with Shannon dating a 20-year-old? Hell nah. He's damn near 60. He has no business dealing with a 20-year-old. But at the same time, it's not a crime. That's his preference. He a grown man. He can do what he want to do. It ain't my business. That's number one. Now, number two is that, let me say this. Jason Whitlock lost his job to Joy Taylor, all right? Colin Cowherd had a show on FS1 it was Cowherd and Whitlock. Joy Taylor, the network felt like it would be better if she and Colin hosted the show. And therefore, Jason Whitlock got pushed out, all right? Just a little context for y'all. Now let's continue.
Sharpe just got ran out at CBS Sports for basically sexual misconduct, allegations of problems with women, abuse problems with women. And wow, we're going to pair him with Skip Bayless, and Shannon Sharpe's going to do this ghetto stick opposite Skip Bayless. And I was like, this is crazy. And look, Joy Taylor, pretty face, peanut butter skin, big cans, but what?
Man, yo, low-key, this ain't got nothing to do with it, but low-key, I felt like Jason Whitlock, you wanted a piece of Joy Taylor, dog. Come on, bro. Every time you're always handing out these compliments talking about peanut butter skin, big cans. You wanted some of that ass, didn't you? You don't say.
What does she really have to say about the sports world? And I know her brother played in the NFL, but let's keep it real. And so when I saw this put together, I was like, this ain't really about doing.
All right, now let me say this. I'm going to stop it right there, but let me say this. What I think, I understand what Whitlock is saying. Yes, he's a journalist. Yes, he's more qualified than Joy Taylor. Yes, he has a better argument when it comes to sports than Joy Taylor. I 100% agree with that. Because when I'm watching Joy Taylor, I'm not really first of all, these sports shows are geared towards men. The primary audience is men. That's number one. Men, when we're watching a sports show, when they're listening to Joy Taylor, they don't give a damn what she's saying. All they're looking at is her face. You know what I'm saying? This is about business. I feel like Whitlock feels like it's personal. It really wasn't. The thing is that they had one talking head, which was Colin Cowherd, that was on that show. He took her job. And when you're talking about Skip and Shannon and Joy Taylor, she's a mediator. If y'all do not know, sex sells. Beauty sells. And if you have a pretty woman that's mediating a show with two sports guys, what you think is going to happen? Your numbers are going to go up. There's a reason why Molly Quorum still got a job. Half the time, Molly Quorum, she be talking garbage. I'm not trying to hear her talk. I just want to see her. That's it. She should be seen and not heard. I'm not trying to hear nothing she got to say. Because 98% of the time, her arguments don't make a difference. She doesn't really add nothing of value. And I'm just being honest. But is she a good mediator? Does she keep the show on track when they get carried away? Yes. And Joy Taylor was supposed to do the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? And based off what they did at FS1, they did numbers. They were killing it. I don't care what Jason Whitlock, Mad Ass, gotta say. Bro, when FS1 was on fire with Skip and Shannon, First Take with Stephen A, and at the time I think it was Max Kellerman, nobody watched that shit. I didn't even watch that shit. That was bullshit. We don't care about it because we loved what Shannon and Skip was doing. You know what I'm saying? It was different. Shannon is not like these cats that are stuck up. Shannon is like us. So when you see Shannon on TV, you can see yourself alike. Yeah, Shannon is basically saying what we want to say. So he got popular because of that. That's Shannon. And he was whooping y'all ass. I don't care what nobody say. He was putting belt to ass. Stephen A, they could have fucked with him. All these other sports shows, Kyle Hurd on the same network, they could have seen Shannon. They cannot see that man. So I understand he's in some trouble right now, but what y'all not gonna do is act like Shannon was some kind of bum, because he was whooping y'all ass. I'ma say that. And that's exactly why he got the show. And that's exactly why Fox Sports focused on Skip and Shannon and not Whitlock. But we gonna continue.
Sports TV. This is about a debauchery, a buffoonery, a minstrel show, a sexual degeneracy. And this is just all off instincts. It's just like, look at this combination. The old white man that's trying to pretend that Lil Wayne is his best friend and that he's hip and cool. No,
I gotta agree with that, though. That I gotta agree with, because I found it weird. When Skip was coming out with all these chains and Jordans, I found that kind of weird. I'm like, Skip, this ain't you. Like, cut it out, bro. So I agree with Whitlock right there. I definitely agree with him on that one.
No self-awareness from Skip Bayless. No real confidence with Skip Bayless. Because there's no 70-year-old person that wants to pretend they're best friends with a rapper who's 30, 40 years younger than them. And I'm not trying to take pot shots at Lil Wayne. He's got a lane. He's chosen that lane. He's hip-hop, he's rap. What 70-year-old, well, yeah, I'm hip-hop and I'm rap and I wear gym shoes and Air Jordans. It was just, Skip Bayless as the foundation of this. Like, this is crazy. This is someone in an identity crisis. And then they partner him with someone who clearly, if all these allegations and what used to be said about Shannon Sharpe before it all got erased on Wikipedia because he got the right powerful lawyers and the right backing.
He's talking about Wikipedia and lawyers and XYZ. Let me tell y'all something, man. At the end of the day, if it cannot be proven in court, you're not guilty. All right? So everything else is hearsay. There's no way you can hold hearsay against a person. Yes, there were whispers about him at CBS about sexually assaulting people, XYZ. But were these cases proven? No. So for all the execs, when the execs are hiring, from all they see is hearsay. I'm sure all of us have been in a situation where people spread rumors about you that were not true. But some people, especially the people that don't like you, they'll hold that against you till the day you die, and they'll run with those rumors. Even if they cannot be proven, they'll still believe them. Why? Because they have a reason to. They don't like you, so they're going to want to believe that. You get what I'm saying? Now, is Shannon Sharpe an angel? Hell nah. Hell nah. A lot of stuff Shannon does, me personally, I don't agree with it. But at the same time, we got to be objective. We got to call a spade a spade. We got to see things for what it is and not be swayed by our emotions. Y'all get what I'm saying? All right.
It all gets erased like, hey, he had these problems at CBS Sports. He's had all these allegations from women and baby mamas and all this other stuff. And it's like, oh, this is who we're going to...
Baby mamas? What are you talking about, bruh?
To partner together with a 70-year-old white guy that's got an identity problem. Let's put the 50-year-old, 53-year-old sexual pervert, let's partner those two guys together. And let me walk that back, because at that time, Shannon was probably 48, 49 years old. And then let's drop in some eye candy who flashes her big cans every chance she can and, has this, hey, my brother is a Hall of Fame football player, and these big cans and peanut butter skin and my brother are my qualifications. Let's all drop that into a bucket, and boom, we've got a TV show that can lead a network.
All right. First of all, Whitlock is wrong about a few things here. First off, Skip Bayless was an established journalist long before FS1. All right, he was with Stephen A. Smith over doing cold pizza over at ESPN. They had a show together, and then Skip had his own show at ESPN also. You understand what I'm saying? So Skip wasn't as much. I'm not even a fan of Skip, but I'm not gonna act like he was some bum that came out of nowhere that they hired. Skip was a highly qualified candidate. You get what I'm saying? Skip had his fans. So Skip came with that kind of clout. There is no way Skip would have gotten the money he got initially from FS1 if he was some kind of bum. That's number one. So let's dismiss let's dismiss all that BS that you just said, Jason. Let's clear that out. Number two, Joy Taylor, I said it before. Every network, every sports talk show, there's a formula for success, and a pretty face just happens to be one of them. It's cool. I understand she took your job and you're kind of mad about that, but it's business. It's not personal. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? And number three, Shannon, yes, he had his issues at CBS, but Skip Bayless had enough clout to determine who he wants to hire. And Skip Bayless chose Shannon. And it worked out just fine. Because before Skip and Shannon got into a squabble on live TV, FS1 was the number one talk show. You understand what I'm saying? So I know all these sexual assault cases are coming out of FS1, which I do not condone, by the way. I think Joy, if it's true, I think Joy deserves exactly what she's getting, which is getting kicked off the air and her career being over. If it's true, but right now it's just alleged, right? And then the alleged things that said about Shannon. If all that is true, then he gets what he gets. I ain't got nothing to say about it, but I'm going to be objective, and I'm going to say this. FS1, that show, that particular show that Jason Whitlock is talking about, to me, it just sounds like hate. That's what it honestly sounds like to me. Because I know Shannon is not no angel and neither is Joy Taylor, but that show that they did on a professional level, they was putting belt to ass. And they have the ratings to prove it. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about, a freak show or nothing. That show was doing what it was supposed to do. And that's making hella money for the network, all right? But anyways, man, that's all I got to say about this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, all right? Until next time, I'm going to holler at y'all.